Didn't I tell you what I believe? Somebody say that. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I don't know if the chat is blocked today or not. Sometimes they block it, sometimes they don't. Hello and welcome. My name is Brian Anthony. All right, L1978. Brian Anthony reporting for duty. Hello, Myra Dillahunty. Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt reporting for duty. All right, Nikki Allen. Hello, how you doing? Shalom, shalom. All right, the chat is working again today. They didn't block it again today. All right, guys. So I'm just checking in to see where you are with your separation. To tell you, we need to be separated. I mean, it's more, the more I get an understanding of it, of coming out of her, my people, of being separate, of being set apart, of being a peculiar people, a royal priesthood, the more I know that it's not all spiritual. It's not all talk. You even have to look different. Like the separation is happening now to where when you see someone on the street, they're supposed to look at you and be like, that person is not from here or it's not like us. You know why? Because you're set apart. And the reason I'm talking about that, like I said before, I'm not really chasing the headlines anymore. I'm not reporting the news anymore. But all news is fake news, but all news is leading us towards the NWO. There's something bubbling. For the last year or so, there's been threats launched, a lot of different nations. There's something happening. Harley Green, how you doing today? All right. So, something happening with the U.S. and Iran, and it could pop off any minute now. Some people are saying it's going to be an FF. I know that's right, Myra Dillahunty. Bless you for that. I'm doing the same thing. You know, it's time to clean house. Yes, L1978. So they're putting news out there to stir your emotions, to pull at your heartstrings. The rest of the stuff is the economic news, the war news. They're trying to scare people. But it's all to get you on one side or the other, but it's all taking you down that road, New World Order. Unless you're set apart, unless you separate, unless you're a peculiar people. Smash that like button. All right, appreciate it, L1978. Show Babbitt some love. All right. So yeah, we have to look different. Like, I've been looking at the Old Testament, the New Testament. Scare tactic. All right, Bennett Racing Team 76. It is a scare tactic. It's fear mongering. It's to keep you. I'm pulled out. I'm totally out of the politics. I mean, I was really down on Bush, on W. I was really down on him really bad. Right. And then I was even down on O. I was on O a lot. I was down on O, really down on O. And then Trump got in. I'm like, oh man, he's different. I was really a Trump supporter. It's the same. It's the same. It's all a dog and pony show. Exactly, L1978. They want to keep your blood pressure up. They want to push all your emotional buttons. You know. Now, you know, some states now they panicking about the measles and, oh, we better make mandatory vaccines and so they're gonna demonize. That's to kill you. The poison is real. The poison is real. The stuff that's in the sky that they spray in the choo-choo train, plane trails. You can look at all the reports of the stuff that they're finding in the groundwater, the water that we drink, the water that we bathe in and wash the dishes with. Look at that stuff that's in the food, the stuff that the FDA or the yeah, the Food and Drug Administration, that they're allowing different things to be put in the food now. They're even making laws that they don't have to label it if it's genetically modified or, I mean, it's, we have to pull all the way out. You have to make the connections. You have to do something. You have to be set apart. You need heirloom seeds, real seeds, not GMO, Monsanto. You need seeds that you can grow your own fruits, your own vegetables, your own herbs. Okay? If you can't raise the chickens and the sheep and the goats and the cows, you need to know somebody that's doing it. Milk, you need to get the real milk. You need to pull out of all Fortune 500 companies. You see how their stock market is still going up, regardless of what's happening, and everybody's still throwing all their money into the stock market. All good times are here again. You need to be set apart. You need to be coming out of that mess. You know, they want you all digital. They don't want you to have cash. They want you in the banking system. Now they're trying to ban like Bitcoin and crypto because they got some government cryptos they're about to issue out. Hello, Metal Sheep. Yes, Myra Dillahunty, turn off that tube. Yes, get your physical, spiritual house in order. Planning this weekend. I need to order mine. I need to order some. We've been getting a lot of rain, but I can start it inside and then transfer it outside. Got to do something. Got to do something. So you need to have your own community, your own network. You even have to stop visiting the physicians. Exactly, L1978. Trust no one but the Lord. Devil dog. Cryptos are way up while the economy is slowing. Yeah, cryptos is also way into the New World Order. They want you to, they want you to panic over it, acting like they're going to ban it. So either you're going to buy or you're going to sell, one or the other. But all the banks, central banks, are invested in crypto. Why? You know why? Because we're going cashless. Yeah, everybody's going. You're going to have Apple iPay. I think that's what they call it. I don't use it. Or some type of crypto. You're going cashless. And you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. If you wait too late, if you don't have these relationships now. You see what I'm saying? We even need to go back to where people used to sew. I remember when I was growing up, my great-grandmother and my grandmother knew how to sew and knit. They used to make quilts. Shoot, that's make you some clothes if you wanted them to. They could do it. Either hand sewn or on a machine. I even learned how to sew. Yeah. So I know how to sew, in other words. We need to go back to everything. Like, I was just on the internet. Man, a lot of things, the name brand stuff, you got to give that stuff up. Why would you pay $150 for a pair of tennis shoes? And that used to be expensive. Now they have tennis shoes out there, $1,000, $2,000, $7,000 for some tennis shoes. All right, Jimmy from Tucson. Yes, L1978. Yeah, definitely. Great skill to have. We need to learn how to fish. If you don't know how, you need to learn how to fish. You need to learn how to hunt. You need to learn how to cook. We need to be self-sufficient. We need to get off the grid. You need to get land. Get out of the cities. They Agenda 21, they ban wood burning fireplaces and stuff like that, wood burning stoves. Ignore that stuff. Ignore that stuff. All right, Myra Dillahunty, good deal. He's coming to Pennsylvania, yeah. Teach him how to fish, Harley Green, that's right. All right, come out of here, my people. So that's what we got to do, guys, like right now. Right, the window of opportunity is slowly closing. It's slowly closing. You don't want to wait till it's too late and then be like, oh man, New World Order's here. They saying we're gonna, because in 2020 they're implementing the Real ID Act, right, on all driver's licenses, facial recognition. Without it, you won't be able to get on an airplane. You won't be able to renew your passport. You won't be able to go into any federal building. Myra Dilla Hunter said, they're your friends. All right. Bambi is tasty. So we have to be able to move around. We have to have our own network of people we do business with. You can't, and we have to be like-minded. I was watching the show, this guy's talking about building. He wants to build this and build that. But then the people he was talking about bringing in to build, that's the same people you're trying to get away from. How you going to bring them in to build with you? You just building a new Babylon. You just building a new, what we already have. You going into the new world order with them. No, when it's separate, you got to separate. You have to be separate. You have to be set apart. So, and one thing about it, you want to have a look. You even want to look different. Like me, I got my beard, right? There's, in the scripture, David had got into it with somebody. I forgot who. I haven't read it in a while, but I remember it. And they had captured some of his men. And they embarrassed them. They shaved half their beards off and sent them back. And David told them, y'all stay inside. Don't come back outside until your beards grow back. In other words, a man is supposed to have a beard. But the New World Order said, no, you got to shave. When you go into the military, you got to shave. You go to jail, you got to shave. You want to get a job working for the New World Order, you got to shave. Why? Why? Our code is a man is supposed to have a beard. We have to look different. We have to look set apart. We can't go along with the New World Order, what they're telling us to do. We got to be set apart. We got to turn off the news. Smash that like button. All right, L1978. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Man, I appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank everybody for watching, man. And I miss y'all, man. I just wanted to talk to y'all. All right, Metal Sheep. So we have to, it's not just all talk. It's not just all spiritual. It's not just all psychological. It's something you have to do. I have to look at, wow, man, I missed it. All right, appreciate your Metal Sheep. So it's something we have to do physically. When you're getting your house in order, it's more than just, something psychological or something spiritual. It's something you have to do physically as well. All right, I missed all y'all, man. So that's where I am. I don't have a checklist like written down, but I'm going over it in my mind. What can I do next? What's the next step? Today I've been searching for land. And actually, I'll tell you the truth, I really don't have the money to buy any land right now. But I trust God. He'll make a way. I once attended a church. I told y'all I went to it was called Latter Rain. Pastor Dorsey. Some people called him Apostle Dorsey. He gave a testimony. The building that we were in, it used to be, what was that building? I think it used to be like what is this? Okay. It used to be a Target or something like that. I will, Harley Green, definitely. It used to be a Target building. It was huge. And then it went out of business or something. He bought the building. When I was going to the church, it had less than 50 members. Maybe it had 30, 40 members. And this thing keeps going dark. What's happening? Okay, but it was huge. It's like, just think of a Walmart Supercenter. It's about that size. And you're using just one little corner of it, 30 or 40 people. He bought the church. He said he put the down payment on it, paid on it for about a year or two. And then the owner said, you want the church? He said, yeah. Gave it to him. Worth over $1 million. I can't see I don't know what's really happening. You see me? My screen keeps going dark. They don't want this getting out. I can tell they don't want this getting out. But yeah, so they gave him the church. It was valued at over $1 million. He only paid on it for 2 years. with about 30 members. He gave all the glory to God. He was a praying man. That's how God works. We walk by faith, not by sight. You'll be like, oh, well, this going to cost this much and I only have this much. Well, the rest God going to take care of it. Almighty Yah going to take care of it. If you faithful, he going to be faithful. That's why I'm looking for land. All right, Metal Sheep, appreciate it. That's why I'm looking for land. I don't know anything about raising. I don't know anything about farming. I don't know anything about ranching. It's not too late to learn. It's not too late to consult people who already know about it. It's not too late to put together a team to, hey, let's get separated. Let's get out. If we can't get out of here physically, I mean, if we were to get out of here physically, where would we go? What country would you go to? You leave America. Oh yeah, America's about to get into a big WW3. It's gonna, some people gonna get bombed. Let's go to Mexico. You don't think Mexico gonna be in it? Oh, let's go to France. You don't think France gonna be in it? Oh, let's go to somewhere in Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. It don't matter. Jimmy from Tucson, that sounds like a good idea. I was looking at 10-acre lots, and the price is pretty good, not far from where I am now. But I want a better price. I don't have the money, but I trust in Yah. Exactly, Myra. You can't hide from God. And he's gonna provide. But we have to do our part. We have to come, like in the New Testament, in the book of Hebrews, when it talks about Abraham in the faith chapter, Hebrews 11, it talks about how when God told him to leave, Abraham searched for a city not made with hands. He walked around actually looking for it. He did something. He didn't just be like, oh yeah, I believe you, God, and just kept, his everyday tag. No, he finna go find what the promise that God gave him. He waited for his son 25 years to have his child. He believed it. The Bible said he believed God, and God accounted that to him as righteousness. So it ain't all about just talk. It ain't all about just, okay, yeah, I know this, and I know that, and I believe this, and I believe that. What are you doing? Exactly, L 1978. Exactly, because they're shutting us down. They're censoring most YouTubers. I had started, my channel is monetized. So I had started getting a certain amount of money. It was going up. I mean, not much to write home about or anything, but it's cut all the way down now. It's cut all the way down. A whole month worth of doing videos, I might get enough to go out and buy myself a dinner at a nice restaurant. So you can't be doing this for the money anymore. If people were out there doing it for the money. We have to start our own businesses. We have to come off of their jobs, because the people we work for, like at these Fortune 500s, at the very top, I've heard that a lot of the CEOs and people at the very top are Satanists. They do stuff inside the buildings to try to attract money, should I say. Well, we can't let money be the determining factor in anything that we do, because the love of money is the root of all evil. Some of us need to start our own business. You may take a pay cut. But who knows, if your business blowed up, you might increase what you're making 10 times, 100-fold. Who was that? Was that Isaac? Said he planted in the land and he increased 100-fold that same year, the same year. That's why we walk by faith, not by sight. So, where are you? It looks like everybody's on the same page. I appreciate that, because the Bible speaks about we have to be one mind. It talks about how could two walk together unless they be agreed. When you look at Moses and them, when they spoke to God, it said they came as one man. All the people that's how much they were on the same accord. They spoke as like one man. Even in the book of Acts, they came as one man. It was thousands of people, maybe even hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, who knows? But they were all in the same mind frame. They had all things in common. That's how we need to do. We can't be halfway in and halfway out. We can't be, I'm still watching Empire and stuff like this. And some of those shows are good, but they sneaking this evil stuff in on you, normalizing it, and pretty soon you'll be accepting it like, well, that's normal. No, not for us, it's not. Not for those who believe in Yah, it's not. We set apart. We got to be peculiar. We got to be separate. So they can pass whatever laws they want to pass. Exactly. They shared it. Exactly. And that's how we're supposed to be now. Not, oh, this mine, get your own. This. See, America, the American dream and all that stuff, it's about individualism. When you have a millionaire or somebody who came from nothing and becomes a millionaire, billionaire, it's always a self-made story. Me, the Warren Buffetts or the Oprah Winfrey's or anybody, Michael Jordan's, anybody you can think of. Me, I come from this and I did this and I'm super rich. And everybody, want to know their secret. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. You have to have a team. It's not me, we doing it for Yah. We like-minded. We doing it for each other. So we have to get away from what they taught us. We got to get away from everything they taught us. Because almost everything is a lie with a little truth sprinkled in there to hook you in. That's the hook. It's the bait and switch. Yeah, Jimmy from Tucson, exactly. So we have to look different. We have to sound different, speak different. Our knowledge has to be different. We can't go around with worldly wisdom and worldly sayings. And our stuff has to be from the Most High. Because the spirit of burning and the spirit of judgment is coming. Blessing and cursing is coming. The separation is happening now. It's happening now. So we know that. Exactly. All right, Harley. See you later. So even if God gives you a gift, say like God gives you a gift, a prophecy. That gift ain't just for you. The reason he give you that gift is to tell his people, to feed his sheep, so they'll know what to do. So the gifts we have are not just for us. It's not. We got to get out of this selfish stuff. Me, my. Like, what was that? I think that's also in the book of Acts, where it was a woman who a divination, soothsayer, or diviner. She was following. Who was that? Who was she following? I think she was following Peter and Paul and them around. Talking about these men are the servants of the Most High God. She kept following them around saying that. And finally, I believe it was Paul turned around and rebuked her and cast the devil out of her. He didn't need the devil to announce that these, because then people would have been believing, oh, she really holy because she following him and she know they men of God. They didn't need the devil's approval, shout out, And the men who had the little girl, I think she was a servant or something, they got mad at him, like, now we can't make no money, because she was making the money with the little, reading the tea leaves, whatever she was doing, getting information from demons and giving it to people. But Paul cast that demon out of her, and she couldn't do it no more. And they got mad at him, like, now you owe us because we can't make no money off of her no more. See, we don't use our gifts for that type of stuff. I mean, it will be nice to use our gifts to make money, but we just have to be righteous and the money is going to come. Pocket-sized constitution. Yeah, so we have to stay studied up, stay prayed up, because the enemy is trying to attack. The enemy doesn't want us to come out. We have to come out with everything in us. With everything in us. From the books we read, from the people we associate with, from the businesses we do, from the products we buy. I was watching something on YouTube. This young lady was talking about she was buying liquid soap. I forgot how she got turned on to the soap. When she finally read, it was like a bunch of paragraphs on the soap, and it was basically dedicated to some witchcraft type stuff. The product, the soap, was dedicated to some witchcraft. We have to be careful. They putting all kind of, I don't know if you know this or not, but a lot of the Fortune 500 companies that make food are putting aborted baby parts in our food. Aborted baby parts. They have things that, like Jello, they're putting swine, putting pork in the Jello. Prep and pray. Yes, L1978. I mean, why are they doing these things? You know, it's not making them any more money. It's got to be for spiritual reasons, for health reasons. What's up, Dark Wolf? And so, yeah, we have to. You go to the doctor, and they get you sick. And they tell you, well, you're going to be on this medicine, quote unquote medicine, the rest of your life, and people just accept it. Yes, yes. Well, if you got to be on it the rest of your life, it must not be medicine. I thought medicine's supposed to heal you and cure you. Well, we're going to give this to you. You're going to be on this blood pressure medicine the rest of your life. What? You better get away from that doctor, quote unquote doctor. That's a witch doctor. All right. The pills and portions, the Bible calls that sorcery. And I was reading in, I just be reading all over, but I've been in a lot in the Old Testament lately. Maybe it was Deuteronomy. We're not even supposed to have that around us. We're supposed to put that away from Israel. Yeah, it makes the money. It's it's job security. If you give somebody some pills, tell them it's going to make them better, but all the side effects, they get worse, they get sicker, and they keep coming back, oh, well, you got a customer for life. 10 or 20 of them, at the rate you're charging them, oh, you're gonna live high on the hog. And then just think if you get, another 40 on top of that, 100, you got 100 customers that you done told them you're gonna keep coming to me the rest of your life to get this drugs. And they, yes. And you be like, oh man, I'm balling out of control. Telling you it's making you better. And then as you get sicker, you develop other symptoms. And they say, well, now we got to put you on this here to go along with it. If you notice, anybody who's on one prescription, if they stay on that one prescription, they're going to be on 2. They're going to be on 3. Before you know it, they're going to be taking 50 pills and potions every day just to get up and feel, and still not going to be feeling right. 50. It's people who take 25 pills, all these different bottles. They got a whole shoebox full of bottles. So the Bible talks about how the herbs, it talks about how the trees are to heal the nations. We got to learn about what God put on this earth for us. The body is made to heal itself. If it's sick, that means there's something in there that ain't supposed to be in there. Stop putting what you're putting in there and then clean out whatever's in there. And it's going to get back better. Now, I understand if you're in a car wreck and you got broken bones and you might need to go see a doctor. You need stitches, you need to get screws in your bones, get a splint. Okay, you might need to see a doctor. Other than that, some ailment, some virus or some sickness, they don't cure nothing. Doctors don't cure anything. Western medicine doesn't cure anything. All right. Tea is definitely good. A lot of different teas. It's a lot of different herbs you can grow in your garden. A lot of the essential oils. A lot of the essential oils that they make from herbs, the oils are therapeutic. They have healing qualities. You should look it up. These are some of the same oils that I'm using in my soaps. And so you put the herbs in your food. You put the herbs in your tea. You put the herbs in your hair, on your body. Oh man, you're gonna be all right. You don't need these pills and potions. because them stuff got all kind of side effects. You go in there with a neck ache, you come out, oh, my neck feeling better, but now I can't sleep and I got this tick. Oh, we're going to give you something to help you sleep. Okay, and then we're going to give you something for this tick. And then, it's just, you get one prescription, you have two. You get two prescriptions, you get four. Four prescriptions, you're going to get 8. We got to come out. Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on a website right now. And we got to do everything within our power because the door is closing. They have it planned out. A number of things are going to happen between now and 2020. And then 2024. And then up to 2030. They got it all planned out of how they're going to usher you right on into the New World Order. Rats running through the maze. We need to be set apart. We need to be peculiar. We need to be a royal priesthood. So if a stranger sees you, they'll be like, that person. Not only are they glowing because of the light within them, R.I.P. Dr. Seavey. I understand. The marathon continues. All right, 1978. So not only are you glowing because of the spirit within you, the light that's in you, but people can tell that you dress modest. You're not half naked running around here if you're a woman. When you're a man, they see you got a beard. You may have fringes. People understand what those things mean. They glowing because of the light within them, but then there are also physical traits that you can identify. That's one of us. They live all the way in Utah. I'm over here in Texas. When I see him, I know him. Hey, brother. Hey, sister. It's not like no Mason stuff with the secret handshake and all that. No, it ain't no secret handshakes. That's not one of the signs that that they told us. That's not in the code. But, we have to do what we can. Be set apart, guys. To be set apart. And it's coming soon to where we got to get off this currency. The paper currency and the digital currency. We have to have a medium of exchange between ourselves. So that's really all I wanted to say, guys. It's happening now. The separation is happening now. Are you still going to 501c3s on Sunday? Okay, so how are you going to be separate, set apart, when them people don't even believe that they only believe you got to keep the Sabbath no more? Matter of fact, a lot of them think Sunday, the first day of the week, is the Sabbath. You need to be around like-minded people. You still eating abominable foods? I used to eat shrimp, lobster, crawfish. Used to love it. Catfish, pork. Ooh, I used to love it. I don't eat none of that stuff no more. Exactly, Nikki Allen. You have to do it. You can't be like, oh, well, God said, as long as we pray over it, we're going to be all right. That ain't what he said. He the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Hello, Fifth World. So, we got to do what we can to come out. All right, Dark. I know, Dark Wolf, when you first quit it, you missed the taste of it because it did used to taste good. But it's almost immediately you start feeling the health benefits. I don't know if y'all know this, but pork causes cancer. Pork causes diabetes. Pork causes heart attack and stroke. And a lot of other things. But people eat it. Oh, it's good. I got to have my bacon. I got to have my ham. I got to have my sausage. I got to have my pork chops and so on and so forth. Got the turkey bacon. Turkey bacon is good. Turkey bacon is good. If you fry it with a little olive oil or vegetable oil, it'll get crispy just like pork bacon. Exactly. Exactly, Myra Dillahunty. And believe it or not, a lot of the Asians, rats are delicacy. I hate to say that. But I know some people, those countries, they eat dogs. Yes, they eat dogs. They don't want you to know it. See, my screen is going black again. Maybe that's China messing with me. Because, China trying to write a new Bible. They say in 5 years they're going to have a Bible rewritten so that it's compatible with communism. Whatever. So, oh, fried rats? Oh. So, yeah, they eat dogs, they eat cats, they eat rats. A lot of these Chinese buffet places, and of course they eat pork, a lot of them have been caught serving that to Americans, telling them, oh, it's chicken, oh, it's beef, it's rats, it's cats, it's dogs, it's pork. We are not to eat scavengers. That's right, soldier in waiting. So I had a good friend from South Korea. So it was a guy, I don't remember. He was from Korea. Okay, so he was half Korean, half white. His name was Jimmy. And her name was Esther. And we were all talking. We were having a dinner and stuff. And he said, he said a word in their language, which I couldn't understand. And she said, ew. I looked at him like, what? She said, that's dog. He got embarrassed because he didn't want her to expose that they actually eat dog like that. That's why he said it in their language. And he was like, no, it's not. She said, yes, it is. And he had to admit it, that it was dog. He had a funny look on his face. And he said he liked it. And I was like, man, you have to be careful. And I've seen videos of this guy named General Butt Naked. I believe he was from Liberia. He was during the Civil War and stuff. They used to eat human flesh. He's a preacher now. And he said, tell him to make you strong and make you invincible. They did voodoo and all type of stuff. And so, see, it's getting dark again. See this thing? And so he said it was some open market he went through and they told him some type of meat. He said, yeah, let me have some of that. He said he tasted it. This is after he become a preacher. He tasted it and he was like, oh. He said, this is human flesh. And the guy was like, no, it's not. It's this, it's that. Whatever kind of meat he was telling him. He's like, no, this is human. And he told it on the guy. He's like, man, they over here selling human flesh to people, man. Just like what they doing. I don't want to say the name because they're putting it in. If you drink soda, you got to stop drinking soda. They got aspartame in there. Aspartame is poison. Either the Germans or the Russians came up with it. It's made from E. coli, poop. It's an artificial sweetener, but it's a poison. It'll kill you. Everything you buy now, I remember when I was a kid, I used to read the ingredients on stuff because I was always curious. It was always good ingredients. Now, almost everything you buy has soy in it, has aspartame in it, has high fructose corn syrup in it. Yes, Myra Dillahunty, those things will kill you. High fructose corn syrup is not corn syrup. You'll see it sometimes. You'll have something that will say it has corn syrup in it. Okay. And then it'll say it has high fructose corn syrup in it. So you're thinking, oh, fructose is like sugar from the plants. Oh, no, it's just a sweeter version. No, that's a code word. High fructose corn syrup is hiding things in it like aluminum, mercury, and a number of other poisons that they can't get rid of that you're not supposed to have in the body. They put it in the food. Put holes in your brain. It gives you all kind of sicknesses and diseases to make you go see the doctor, to get the prescriptions, to make them some more money. You see what I'm saying? So you need to get your food from somebody you know ain't putting that stuff in there. All these big Fortune 500 companies, dextrose. Oh, I haven't looked that up, Dark Wolf. I don't even know what dextrose is. I've read it on some of that stuff, but I haven't looked. Maybe I should do that. Oh, goodness. But now, like I said, I used to read the ingredients in bread and all this stuff. High fructose corn syrup was never in there. Never. Until like late 90s to early 2000s. Now it's in everything. You almost can't find anything without it in there. It's going to have soy in it. Men should not eat soy. And women should limit the soy. Soy creates estrogen. It can make women hyper feminine and give them breast cancer and all type of stuff. It makes men feminine. Men will start developing breast and become, the testosterone levels go down, the estrogen levels go up, and they change. Refined sugar. Yeah. I used to do I like the pure cane sugar. But yeah, we have to read the ingredients on everything. Don't just buy, even the stuff you're putting on your skin, even the soaps. Look at that stuff. A lot of it, deodorant, if you use deodorant, most people say it has aluminum in it. Do you know that aluminum goes to your body? Aluminum gives you cancer. Ooh, honey, yes, honey is definitely good. Organic coffee is great. Raw honey is good too. But read the products. If you use like relaxers and stuff like that on your hair, whether to make your hair straight or whether you want to make it curly, a lot of that stuff has ingredients in it that rots the inside of your skull. It rots. You get mildew on the inside of your skull, and yeah, they're trying to kill us. We need to go back to all natural. You notice you can't even buy a watermelon now that has seeds. Everything is fake. The fruits don't have seeds. The vegetables don't have seeds. Everything is Monsanto's. Now you know that either Bayer is buying, causes brain, exactly, Dark Wolf. Either Bayer bought Monsanto or Monsanto bought Bayer, or they merged. But the pharmaceutical and the food industry are together. They want to make you sick so you can go to the doctor. They're gonna make money. They're gonna make money off you. They're making a product out of you. Yeah, the seeds and the fruits, they have Terminator seeds. The seeds, you can't even get the seeds. I remember we used to get seeds, beans and stuff, and planting it, it'll sprout something. Like, wow, can't do that no more. Them seeds fake. Them seeds won't grow a darn thing. That's why you got to get seeds from somebody you know with some real seeds. Right? Make these connections. Somebody you know with some real seeds. Or you might can order them, but then the USDA stamps, organic, man, that mess don't mean nothing. That mess is a lie. The heirloom stuff, that don't mean nothing. It still could be GMO. You know, it's all trickeration. But so it's something too coming out. It's more than just, okay, well, I'm coming out. I'm reading my Bible now, so that means I'm coming out of her. And that's just a microcosm. You're supposed to have been doing that anyway. Yeah, prayer, fast, reading. But then there's some physical things you got to do. From the way you dress, from the way you eat, from the way you look. All right, Dark Wolf. From the people what relationship has light with darkness? From the people you associate with. It's a lot of things. It's so deep. I remember the last year I was in college, not too long ago, one of my professors, he had his doctorate. He had been to the federal pen and everything. But he had his doctorate in history. He come out and he was teaching college level. And he was even a politician. He was a city councilman or something of some small town. He was an atheist. So the history lessons, we in the class, you do a few minutes of history, and the rest of the time he spent indoctrinating, trying to blaspheme God, trying to get you to turn your back on God, trying to, it's just he was meeting a lot of celebrities and politicians and stuff because, a lot of people was listening to that mess. But this class, I'm glad for the people that was in that class because we kept telling them, hey, can we get back to the history lesson since this is a history class? But see, the job is they're taught to indoctrinate. See, he said something one day like, you know how the Bible say God is an invisible God? He was talking about, I wish I was made in the image of God. This is what he said. I wish I was made in the image of God. I would like to be invisible. See, he's trying to cast doubt by twisting the scripture. It's college level. A lot of these so-called Christians, young kids, if they haven't really just been in their word, if they haven't been strong, and they get to past high school, it's time to go to school, go to college. When they get to college, they're gonna dump all that stuff because they're gonna teach them all that's fake. They're gonna tell them all the Bible is fake. Scientists say this, and science says this, and history says this. I know that's right, Metal Sheep. And so by the time they come out of school, they're gonna be some educated fools. Educated fools! They got the piece of paper so they can participate in the New World Order. They can make a high income. You know, you get the piece of paper. The more pieces of paper you get, the New World Order will pay you more. You can work for the government. You can work for private because they know you've been indoctrinated. Well, I know a guy who doesn't have a piece of paper. He's over at college IT. He writes code, computer code. He learned all this stuff on his own, at home. See? He learned it at home. He MS-DOS and all the computer codes. Oh, he can read code. He can read code. He can decode it. He fixes it. Oh, this guy's sharp. He didn't go to school for it. So he was blessed to get in without the piece of paper. And the top of the IT department. He's like the supervisor. He's the big man. No piece of paper. See, that's how all jobs should be. Shouldn't they test you on your knowledge instead of saying, well, this job requires this piece of paper. Okay, that piece of paper don't mean nothing. Give me a test over what this job requires. Huh? And if I'm proficient at it, I might score way better than the people who got the piece of paper. But they don't, well, you don't have the piece of paper, so we're not even going to interview you. They need you to be indoctrinated. If you've been around welding shops and stuff, your dad or somebody was a welder and, 5 years old, plumber, electrician, or whatever you picked up on, shouldn't you just be able to go in there and take the test? And if you ace it, oh well, you're proficient, you know it, you learned it somewhere. But then, well, no, first of all, you got to go and spend this many hours at this, pay this much money, spend this many hours learning this stuff. And then once you get this piece of paper, then you can come take the test. So, why would you need the piece of paper? For instance, medical doctor. It's just, let's say I've been reading all the same books that they read in college, all the medical doctors, everything they done learned, I learned it on my own. I didn't spend the money going to these schools, and I can write proficiently. I can, I understand medical terminology, all this stuff. They won't just let me come in there and just take the test. Oh no, you ain't got enough hours. You need to go through this. You need to do this and take this. Yeah, exactly, Metal Sheep. All dumbed down. But I'm like, I know the same thing he know. Give us a test. Test us both. I'll score higher than him. No, we're not even gonna give you the test. You haven't done the coursework. Well, what you want me to know? I know the required math, the English, the reading, the writing, the required terminology. I know it all. Why do I have to go and get indoctrinated? Because like I said, at a certain level, you go in the classroom, they teach you this much of what you're in the class for, and the rest of it. All right, L1978 in Georgia. Be safe. We'll talk again later, Lord willing. So, why would they spend this much time? Exactly, Metal Sheep. Exactly. So you spend this much time learning what you pay for, what you're supposed to be, learning, and the rest of the time they spend indoctrinating you, brainwashing you. It's a lot to think about. This thing's still going dark. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all y'all for watching, man. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. The separation is happening now. The spirit of burning, the spirit of judgment is coming. Blessings and cursings are coming. The separation is happening now. Do what you can do. Stay prayed up. Find like-minded people. And we're going to be all right. So anyway, God bless y'all. May y'all have the rest of y'all day be blessed. I don't want to keep y'all too long. But until we meet again, Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt. Over and out. Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt. Over and out.